The X Zone Radio Show is heard on radio broadcast affiliates worldwide, including
AM 580 CFRA in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada.
WPUL AM 1590 in Daytona Beach, Florida.
KOHI AM 1610 in St. Helens, Oregon.
KHRO AM 1150 in El Paso, Texas. And for more information on becoming a professional broadcast affiliate of the X Zone Radio Show, visit
www.xzbn.net
or call toll-free worldwide
1-800-610-7035.
The X Zone radio and TV show is largely an opinion talk show. All opinions, comments, or statements of fact expressed by Rob McConnell's guests are strictly their own and are not to be construed as those of the X Zone radio and TV show or in any manner endorsed by Rob McConnell, Relmar McConnell Media Company, Talkstar Radio Network, its affiliated stations, or employees.
All Hit Radio.
Welcome to the X Zone, a place where fact is fiction and fiction is reality. Now, here's your host, Rob McConnell.
You doing that thing you do, breaking my heart into a million pieces, like you always do. And you don't mean to be cruel, you never even knew about the heartache I've been going through. Well, I try to forget you, girl, but it's just so hard to do. Every time you do that thing you do.
And welcome to the X Zone, everyone. My name is Rob McConnell. For the next 4 hours, I'm your host and your guide as together we cross the time-space continuum to this place that I call the X Zone. It's a place where people dare to believe and dare to be heard. It's a place where fact is fiction and fiction is reality. And the X Zone comes to you Monday through Friday from 10 p.m. Eastern until 2 a.m. Eastern, right here on the Talkstar Radio Network, X Zone Broadcast Network, Star Cable, UK High Definition Radio, Euro High Definition Radio, and of course, XZoneTV.com. If you'd like to give us a call, toll-free worldwide, 1-800-610-7035 is the magic number. My email address is xzone@xzoneradiotv.com. On MSN Messenger, xzoneradiotv at hotmail.com, and our website, www.xzoneradiotv.com. And you can always listen to the X Zone Radio Show 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days of the year at www.xzonetv.com. My first guest this show, this hour tonight, the first hour of the show tonight, I should say, is Martin Westhuizen. And he's coming to us all the way from South Africa, Cape Town, South Africa. We're going to be talking to Martin about his book, More Than a Million Canaries. And he's also a tour operator, agency owner, and the founder of Orphan Care Foundation. And Martin, welcome to the X Zone.
Thank you, Rob. Nice to be with you, all the way from Africa.
Here we are. This is truly an international show. Martin, I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit, before we start talking about More Than a Million Canaries, about the Orphan Care Foundation.
Rob, the Orphan Care Foundation was started, about 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It was part of this journey about my book. Actually, it was right on the last chapter while I was writing my book and going through this journey, that a friend of mine picked up an orphan girl on a stormy, rainy winter's day here in Cape Town. And this orphan girl hitchhiked every day 15 kilometers with, more or less 10 miles to school. She told me the story of the girl, and that grabbed hold of me. For the first time ever, I would say, I was really touched, and I realized, I was sort of in the middle of my journey, getting myself winded out of a dark place.
Mm-hmm.
But I realized on my doorstep there's other people going through far more difficult situation than I am. So I really decided that I'm going to do something. I can't live this selfish life anymore. So I reached out to this girl, and we started to help this one orphan girl. And quickly, this one girl grew to 8 children, and we started to help with transport to and from school. We helped with school clothes and, just normal encouragement in really poor situations without parents, living in a township in utter poverty.
All right, Martin,
So
you and
this-
I have to take a commercial break. Please stand by. Exo Nation, Martin Westhuizen is our special guest. Here's a couple of websites: www.martinwesthuizen.com, and that's Martin OOSTHUIZEN.com, and www.more-than-a-millionaire-canaries.com. We'll be back on the other side of this 2-minute break. Don't go away.
Why are there so many songs about rainbows? And what's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, but only illusions. And rainbows have nothing to hide. So we've been told, and some choose to believe it. I know they're wrong, wait and see. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Who said that every wish...
Exo Nation, my guest this hour is Martin Westhuizen. He's coming to us via Skype all the way from Cape Town, South Africa. We're talking about his book that is entitled More Than a Million Canaries, and his website is www.more-than-a-million-canaries.com or www.martinwesthuizen.com. That's MartinWesthuizen.com. All right, Martin, you were telling us about the how this little orphan girl that changed your life, that became the founding foundation for the orphans that you help at the Orphan Care Foundation. What was happening in your life at this time where this little girl's story made such a difference in your life?
You see, Rob, up until then, I was living a life, building my own castles.
Mm-hmm.
I had a successful business as a tour operator company, and I was also, a property investor with a fast-growing property portfolio. So I would sum it up as, a life really just inward-focused, what I can do for myself and building my own castles. And, to just enrich myself till that day when I saw this hope in this orphan girl's eyes, which really changed my life.
I understand that in your life there was an economy, and by that I'm talking about money, prosperity, and global meltdown. What happened?
It was right, in the beginning of this global financial crisis.
Mm-hmm.
My business, was flourishing, and then all of a sudden everyone started to feel the global crisis. And it was first triggered by one of our big suppliers, our main suppliers in Germany, a German travel group. They decided to divert some of their guests to other destinations and not sending them back, to Africa anymore. And also, at the same time, they started to go through a difficult time. And in that time, the bank started to raise the interest rates. Property was going like magic up until then. You had a lot of property capital growth, and you could make money with money you did not have. And this was basically, I was just, in this circle of sort of a domino effect started to hit me. When the travel company went under and divert their traffic away from South Africa, the banks rose their interest rate, my whole business and empire started to crumble.
What did you feel?
Yeah.
What did you experience?
The feeling to lose financial and material security transformed me, I will say, from a proud husband and father into a hopeless vessel, drifting in an endless ocean of no hope. Fear grabbed hold of me. As soon as I realized I'm in big trouble here, a lot of things that I thought was security around me, start to crumble. So fear and anxiety, I would say, was the main factors that grabbed hold of me. And then, as a positive person, I've never experienced depression, but then depression kicked in. Once the fear and anxiety of not knowing how to get out of this, kicked in. So I was going into a downward spiral, a deep, dark pit of hell, I would say.
Holy cow. What pulled you through this difficult, unjust, or impossible time?
Rob, I would say the most prominent factor was that I committed my life to Christ as a young boy and had several supernatural encounters and experiences since that day, 32 years, 32 years ago. And all of this confirming that God was real, that His power was real, His love and supremacy reigns over darkness and depression and sickness. And combined with this, I really, I witnessed how people in bondage through occult activities and, was released from this bondage. And sick was healed in mission fields that I was working. And blind could see. So I realized that if I need some miracle in my life, this is the time I will need this miracle and this touch of God to restore me, His supernatural invention to get me out of this, to heal me, and, most of all, to find purpose from this disaster.
Once you turn the corner mentally and emotionally with these crises, Martin, what did you do to turn your life around?
I would say the first thing that I did was to reinvent myself, and, to start to work on other streams of income apart from just my travel business. It wasn't easy because you sort of had to build your life from the bottom upwards again. I also reinvented my travel business and got a partner in to help me to turn this business around. And with a new appreciation then, when my life started to turn around, I started to do regular exercise and try to eat, follow healthier eating habits. I would say, writing the book was also a big part of this healing process, because I was at a point that I really wanted to share the hope that I was experiencing up until that place, and this whole journey, all the miracles that happened on this journey, to share that hope, and that played a big part of this healing process. And then the last one was this little girl that we started to help, and now today we help on a weekly basis 180 children, vulnerable and orphan children, for a better future. I think that was perhaps the most powerful tipping point, after everything started to change in my life.
What kind of miracles have you seen? Let
me give you an example. You know what? The first The first miracle, I can mention is mornings to wake up was perhaps the most difficult part. So I was used to go to the shower and put on the shower and sit under the water and use that as a veil to sort of hide my weeping before God. And then I started to hear a gentle voice speaking to me. And I realized that this voice couldn't be my own voice, because every time I heard this voice, it was encouraging, it was uplifting. It really started to pull me out. And I then realized it wasn't my voice or my imagination when things started to happen, what I've heard. Maybe if I can give you an example.
Sure.
If you have time. One specific night, 10 o'clock that evening, and this is one of quite a few I will mention, I'm writing in my book. I was walking up and down in my house, trying to find solutions and really feeling that I'm slipping out of this. And I cried out to God that He must really help me. I really need His supernatural, sort of intervention. And that was around 10 o'clock that evening. And the next morning, when I switched on my computer, I remembered that God said that night that He will help me, that He will pull me out of this, and I must keep on holding on to Him. And in my subject box, I never have received something similar to that. God want me to tell you, and the message then read, "You have been destined to make it, and you shall surely achieve all your goals this year, for the remaining months of the year. All your agonies will be diverted. Victory and prosperity will be incoming in abundance. Today, God has confirmed the end of your sufferings, sorrows, and pain, because He that sits on the throne has remembered you. He has taken away the hardship and given you joy. He will never let you down." And when I found that, I immediately phoned this person. I asked her, "Why did you send such religious mail to me?" And she said to me, that night, 10 o'clock, she was praying, and she's never done this to send any religious emails to someone on a database, but I was on a property database.
Right.
And God prompted her to send this mail, and she didn't want. But the more she struggled with this, God said to her, "This mail you must send to this guy. He needed it." And, very true, I needed that badly. So that was one of the miracles. The other one was, if we have more time, we have...
Well, what I'd like to do, Martin, is I need to take my news break. And when we come back, I'd love to hear a couple more miracles. And then I want to talk to you about your book and how your book has not only changed your life, but the lives of those people who have read it. But before we go to the commercial break, I'd like to ask you one very simple question. Do you believe that everyone listening around the world today can have a miracle in their life?
Oh, yes, for sure. I'm not a special person. Definitely, I'm not a special person, as I can tell you, and you will read in my book. I'm filled with flaws, but through the grace of God, I know that miracles is still true today. And and to be in a relationship with the architect of the universe, you are bound to see miracles.
All right, Martin, you and I have to take our break. We'll come back on the other side of the news. Right. X-Zone Nation, our very special guest all the way from South Africa, Cape Town, South Africa, via Skype this afternoon, is Martin Westhuizen. His websites are www.martinwesthuizen.com. That's Martin, OOSTHUIZEN.com, and www.more-than-a-million-canaries.com. We'll be back on the other side of this break. My name is Rob McConnell. Don't go away. You're listening to the X-Zone Radio Show, live and around the world on the Talkstar Radio Network, X-Zone Broadcast Network, UK High Definition Radio,
Euro High Definition Radio,
and Star Cable. Our toll-free telephone number worldwide is 1-800-610-7035.
Our email address, xzone@xzoneradiotv.com.
On MSN Messenger, xzoneradiotv@hotmail.com.
And our website,
www.xzoneradiotv.com.
Why do I feel like I'm losing control? I hear the drums echoing tonight, and she hears only whispers of some quiet conversation. She's coming in 12:30 flight. The moonlit wings reflect the stars that guide me towards salvation. I stopped an old man along the way, hoping to find some old forgotten words or ancient melodies. He turned to me as if to say, hurry boy, it's waiting there for you. Gonna take the life to drag me away from you.
Exonation, Martin Westheisen is our special guest. We're talking about Martin's book. It's entitled More Than a Million Canaries. And Martin, before we went to the commercial break, we were talking about miracles. You told us about one miracle, and you were just going to talk to us about another miracle story that you had. And I thought it'd be best to hold it until after the news so I didn't have to interrupt you. So if you could tell us that second story, I'd appreciate it.
Okay, great. You know, the other story I can quickly tell you, the rest you will have to read in the book, but this one is about 5 properties. I had 5 properties 3 days before the transfer onto my name. I realized, I wouldn't be able to serve the shortfalls on these properties, so I had to cancel this, and I canceled these properties without needing to say that this is breach of contract.
Yes.
And I had both the property agents and the lawyers on me, and there was no way out of this. And, several emails later, I received the final notice of payment date. And I can just tell you one thing, that, to be on the other side, on the wrong side of the law is not nice. But during this whole process, I heard this gentle voice that I heard the first time under the shower, speaking to me, comforting me, that I wouldn't need to pay, this fees and fines, that He will provide a way. And this time, God will provide a way in such a way that I will never doubt that His love and His power and the miracles that He's done for me to make the impossible possible. So the last day sort of arrived and nothing happened, and on that last day I received the last notice, and then I heard this gentle voice say to me, pick up the phone, swallow your pride, and speak to the lawyers. Up until now, you just had email contact. Tell them that you can't pay and tell your story. So I picked up the phone, and to my surprise, on the other side, once I was finished with the story, this lawyer asked me to put everything in writing so that she could submit it to the law firm, and she also promised me to come back within 24 hours. The next morning, 24 hours later, I received an email from her, and the email read as follows. Good morning. I confirm that our firm sees this case now as closed and request that you only pay the interest on money we advance for the registration of the title deeds. Find our account details below. We will also motivate your case with all the other parties involved to support our decision to pardon you and to close this case. Greetings.
Wow.
Yeah. Rob, that was an amazing encouragement.
I have to ask you, Martin, the title of your book, More Than a Million Canaries. What is the story behind that title?
Rob, the story behind the title, actually the title originated, through this journey, which was, most of this journey was a spiritual journey also.
Mm-hmm.
And I found in the Bible, in the Message translation, this piece that I could directly relate this whole journey, to. And maybe I can read you this piece in Luke 12, verse 6 and 7. What is the price of 2 or 3 pet canaries? Some loose chains, right? But God never overlooks a single one. He pays even greater attention to you, down to the last detail, even numbering the hairs on your head. So don't be intimidated by all this bully talk. You are worth more than a million canaries. Yes, and that's where I got the title from.
Tell me, how is your life better today because of everything that you've lived through, those crises, and as you said before, meeting with the architect of creation?
I would say emotionally, I have a peace now, a peace really that surpasses all understanding. When I experience uncertainty, and a challenge, I just remind myself, of how I've seen God in action.
Mm-hmm.
How I've seen Him make the impossible possible. And then maybe physically, I have a deep awareness of how important a healthy body, mind, and soul is. So for this, I try to eat healthy and to filter negative news and influence out of my life, and to do regular exercise, and also very important to read inspirational books apart from reading the Bible. And spiritually, I would say, I need no more proof that God is real. And, for me, He's real, and I want to have a very personal, and that, you want to have a very personal, intimate relationship with every human being walking this planet. And the key to this relationship is salvation through His Son, Jesus Christ. This is what I believe, and this is more or less how I can sum this up, the situation.
You were talking earlier about the influences of the paranormal, and I was wondering if you could elaborate on that.
The paranormal, can you just explain to me there?
Well, you see, earlier before you were talking about how the paranormal or the occult plays a part in our lives, and I was wondering if you could just elaborate on that.
Rob, that specific situation I was referring to is I was, as a student, helping in mission fields,
Mm-hmm.
right in the middle, dark parts of Africa, where there used to be a lot of occult activities.
Yes.
So in this specific case, we had to deal, with people that was, in bondage through the occult and through devil worship and through different occult rituals they went through. And specifically this night, this lady came out to us, and she wrote in the ground, and the translator translated that she wrote she wanted to be released by God. So normally what we then do, we started to pray, and we started to speak to the demons inside this person, because she was like roaring like a lion, and then speak in the voices of a man, and then speak in voices of a little girl, and different voices. So the end of this story is through praying, and when we name the name of Jesus, you could see how manifest this demons inside, how they manifest. At the end, after a long prayer time and waiting and asking to identify himself, the demon inside, he identified himself. And then when we said, in Jesus' name, you have no power over this, the only power in the universe is in the name of Jesus, this lady was immediately transformed into a normal person. She was calm, her eyes, the wildness in her eyes. And we then, could hear voices in the dark. And the translator said to us, those voices is voices, but we couldn't see anyone. So that voice is screaming, we will come back, we will come back. You know, and that day I realized there's a power reigning over this earth. I've seen it personally. As I've seen it, like I've been in a situation where I've been personally, instrumental to pray for someone that was blind at sea. And I've seen the cripple healed. You know, a lot of people look at this and they think it's a show.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been there and I've seen it personally. And it is real. And God's power is real. And I've seen the struggle between darkness and light. And when the name of Jesus is pronounced, how that name, exactly as it's said in the Bible, demons flee. I've seen it, I've been there. And this is what I've had to rely on when I was sort of in a dark place, because it was a place of life and death. I wanted to take my own life. You know, there was a struggle inside me between life and death.
How have your experiences that you've had from the miracles that you've seen, not only in your own life, but in those that you've witnessed, the exorcisms that you've witnessed, how have they transformed your very life?
You know, Rob, my life, is filled with hope. I'm sitting here with hope. I've experienced all of this. You know, I'm not a child anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And this has transformed me. I want to share this with hope. And therefore, I'm so thankful for this amazing radio station and your invitation. Because there might be someone out there that needs some of this hope. You know, this is my opinion. I'm not pressing my opinion upon anyone. But I want to share this hope. I've seen it. I've seen it in reality. I'm not a fake person. I'm a real person. What you see is what you get. And this is my experience. So that transformed me into really a missionary of hope and purpose, and to tell everyone that there is purpose. There's purpose for each one of us. Each one of us is made with a purpose by God, I believe. You know, there's a purpose for each one of us. We are each a color on His tapestry of art, and we can find it. There's a way to find it.
What gifts do you have to give because of this?
I would say the most important is the gift of hope and encouragement. You know, there's a lot of people that is crossing my ways. You know, even since childhood, before I had this, but especially now, that I can encourage, and I get opportunities to speak on radio and on breakfasts, and sort of, and many occasions to encourage people. So the gift of encouragement, I would say, and the gift of forgiveness. You know, very few people know what a powerful thing forgiveness is. You know, if you can forgive someone else, it is sort of, it releases you like a bird in a cage. So the gift of forgiveness for wrongdoings of others in my life. But most importantly, and I've mentioned that, is, I have a purpose, and I want to share this purpose, with others. I would say that drive and that purpose to share the love and meaning and purpose of life and encourage other people. I just want to add to this, previously, I could walk past a beggar on the street and I would just look down on him. But I can honestly say now, I can't walk past a beggar on the street or a child without parents and without hope, without really feeling the pain they're going through. Because, you might think you are clever and, as I've done, and you have everything. But the line between the beggar on the street and you in your Ferrari can be a very thin line. It can be a very thin line, and I've seen life through that angle. I think the appreciation for life is very great, and the grace of God in my life.
What would you say to someone who might be listening tonight, who is facing their very darkest hour, who themselves may be thinking, I just can't go on? What words of encouragement do you have for them tonight, Martin?
I will, first of all, I will say that hang in there. please don't quit. I had another situation with a lady that wanted to commit suicide the other day while I was speaking on the radio. And while she listened to this journey and, also what I witnessed to you tonight, she phoned me a few weeks later and she said she was about to commit suicide, but her life changed. Since that moment that I encourage her not to do foolish things, to hang in there. Because you know what? Your outcome and your solution and your purpose can just be around the corner. If you take your own life, you won't know that. To hang in there. I love the quote from Winston Churchill. Success is not final and failure is not fatal. It is a courage to continue that counts. I really want to encourage, don't quit. Yeah, don't quit. Hang in there.
All right, Martin, you and I have to take our final break. Please stand by. Exo Nation, our very special guest all the way from Cape Town, South Africa this evening is Martin Westhuizen. And here's a couple of websites, www.martinwesthuizen, and that's Martin, OOSTHUIZEN.com. He's the author of More Than a Million Canaries, and for more information on More Than a Million Canaries, visit their website at www.more-than-a-million-canaries.com, or just go to Google and type in morethanamillioncanaries.com. I'll be back on the other side of this commercial break as the X Zone continues from our studios in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. My name is Rob McConnell. Don't go away.
Hear the drums echoing tonight, and she hears only.
I would have given you all of my heart, but there's someone who's torn it apart. And she's taken almost all that I've got. But if you want, I'll try to love again. Baby, I'll try to love again. But I know the first cut is the deepest. Baby, I know the first cut is the deepest. But when it comes to being lucky, she's cursed. When it comes to loving me, she's the worst. But when it comes to being loved, she's first. That's how I know the first cut is the deepest. Baby, I know the first.
Exo Nation, our very special guest this hour, all the way from Cape Town, South Africa, is Martin Westhuizen. He is the author of More Than a Million Canaries, and the best way to find him is just go to Google and type in morethanamillioncanaries.com. Martin, where can people get copies of your book, More Than a Million Canaries?
Rob, at the moment they can only get it on my website. It's not in the bookshops already, so they can go to my website, to the More Than a Million Canaries, or martinwesthuizen.com. And they will find a link there and a payment page where they can order a book, and I will then immediately send them a book in the post, a hard copy.
Any more books coming, Martin?
Rob, actually since I finished writing this book, such a lot of things happened, to add on to this whole journey, that there might be another book coming, definitely. A lot of people ask me, and there's such a lot of, encouraging things that happened. That was first part of this journey, and now the second part of this journey is really the restoration part, and on that part, I think people need to hear that also.
Just as a sidebar question, Martin, are there a lot of orphans in South Africa?
Oh, Rob, this is a pandemic, and very few people know that. We have more than 2 million 2 million AIDS orphans already in South Africa, only in South Africa. There's millions more in Africa. So this passion to really help children, anyone that also listened to this message tonight, and can get involved, they can go to my website. They will also see a link there to the Orphan Care Foundation website, my website, orphancarefoundation.com. There's children out there living in horrible situations. And my passion is to help them and also to get the message out, to help them. It is possible. I've seen how one person can help on a small scale and how hope can change from a hopeless situation in their eyes to hope. So I want to encourage everyone, try and help a child in Africa.
Martin, I want to thank you very much for taking time out of your day to join us here tonight in the X Zone, all the way from Cape Town, South Africa. Continued success to you, and God bless for the great work that you're doing, helping the orphans.
Thank you, Rob. I really appreciate your time and also inviting me to your station. May you be blessed with your station and your life and in everyone that was listening. It was a privilege and honor to me.
Martin, take care of yourself, my new friend.
Thank you.
X-Zone Nation, my guest this hour has been Martin Wespas. And to find out more about Martin, all you have to do is go to Google and type in morethanamillioncanaries.com. I'll be back on the other side of this news break coming up at the top of the hour at 6.5 minutes past as the X-Zone continues with yours truly, Rob McConnell, from our studios in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Don't go away.